I want to end the show by saying happy birthday to somebody who has given me so much joy.
Yes.
Truly my entire life. I just turned 53 years old last Friday. Happy 96th birthday to the one and only brilliant Mel Brooks.
Yes, indeed.
96 years old. I have known about Mel Brooks ever since I can remember because my parents were huge fans of a program that came on the air first in 1950 called Your Show of Shows, which was headlined by Sid Caesar, Imogene Coca. I knew about her growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And for anybody who was wondering, well, what's Your Show of Shows? It's the precursor to Saturday Night Live, a comedy, variety, sketch comedy show. And the writer's room included Mel Brooks. Also, Neil Simon.
Oh, wow.
Also on this program was Carl Reiner, who said it was the inspiration for the Dick Van Dyke Show, about a writer's room and a comedy show, and Sid Caesar was the Dick Van Dyke character. And so I knew of Mel Brooks, and then I got to take in what he was putting out into the world, and it started with a TV show called Get Smart, which was created by Buck Henry and Mel Brooks. And this was in the era of all the Bond films. It was a total send-up on James Bond. Maxwell Smart, Don Adams, the actor, played Maxwell Smart, a bumbling spy. And Agent 86, and he had all the bells and whistles just like James Bond did, including a shoe phone, which I bet you Apple is working on right now. And the cone of silence that would come down on the chief and him. They would have a conversation in these plastic tubes. It was hilarious. And I remember the show opened like it was yesterday because he went through different hallways and then down a phone booth into, and so. But I that was the show I essentially watched when I was sick and home from school on Channel 5 in New York City. And then I started to be old enough to start watching his movies. The Producers was his big, huge hit to start as a movie maker with Zero Mostel, and look at Gene Wilder there playing two guys making a scamming their way to create and taking all the money to fund a Broadway musical that they intended to flop on the opening night. They would take all the money that they put into the play, it would flop, and then they would keep all the proceeds. And it was a comedy that was based on this concept, and the musical was called Springtime for Hitler. It was a musical based on Hitler. Okay, in 1967, that came out. 1974, what a year for Mel Brooks. Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein. Okay, and again, the Gene Wilder, Mel Brooks connection, Blazing Saddles, obviously Cleavon Little as the sheriff. Harvey Korman, the brilliant Harvey Korman, playing Hedley Lamar, not Hedy Lamar, Hedley Lamar, and then Mel Brooks played the governor, William J. LePetomane, in Rock Ridge and all of that. Just the most foul comedy you could come up with. Young Frankenstein, where Gene Wilder is Dr. Frankenstein. Okay, Peter Boyle playing Frankenstein. Madeline Kahn in both of these films. She was nominated for an Oscar in Blazing Saddles, playing Lily von Stupp in that film. But Madeline Kahn in this film, in Young Frankenstein, where it was just a brilliant send-up of the great Frankenstein story. That was 1974. 1977, I remember my parents took me to a movie theater in New Jersey to see High Anxiety. I didn't get all the jokes because it was all a send-up of all Alfred Hitchcock movies. But Cloris Leachman playing the evil Nurse Diesel in the Institute for the Very, Very Nervous that Mel Brooks' character was institutionalized in, or he's trying to see what was going on in that institution that also Harvey Korman in this film. And Nurse Diesel led me to my SportsCenter line for anybody thrown out at third base or home plate. Those who are late do not get fruit cup. Those who are tardy do not get fruit cup. Is from that film. 1977. 1981, Mel's now in the 80s, History of the World comes out.
That's my favorite.
And this one might be his bawdiest comedy of all. He plays the French king. It's good to be the king because he treats anybody the way he wants to. He could go to the bathroom when he wants because there was somebody called a piss boy with a bucket.
Sire.
Okay. Dom DeLuise was terrific in this film. And then Spaceballs in 1987 might be more up your alley and your generation, Christopher. The send-up on Star Wars. John Candy in this movie. And Bill Pullman came on this program and said he had never seen Star Wars before getting this gig. And Rick Moranis as Darth Helmet.
Oh, my God.
May the Schwartz be with
And
you.
then also, in between all that, his relationship with Carl Reiner for half a century, playing the 2,000-year-old man, where he played an old Jewish man, and Carl Reiner interviewing him, and then the 2013 version, because he was bar mitzvah, the 2,000-year-old man. My parents loved this stuff and passed it along to me, and these signed, autographed copies are truly some of my most cherished possessions. Happy birthday, Mel Brooks. Keep us laughing, sir.